Morning guys. Nothing better than waking up in Lamington National Park. There's like 20 or 30 awesome spots like this nestled in the edge of the forest. And you got toilets and showers for the girls. It's $6 a night. It's like an hour or so from the city. And then you come out into these open areas and come and have a look at the view. It doesn't get much better than this. Welcome to my beloved Lamington National Park. Just turned 100 years and still going strong. Let's go on an adventure and see what we can find. We've just pulled up in this bit of open forest here. Looks like a big rainforest tree's come down, probably in a big storm or something. And now it's these other plants. It's their time to shine. Like this bleeding heart. It loves this area. A classic pioneer species. This little guy is an antechinus, one of my favourite little guys in this area. Commonly known as marsupial mice, they're not actually mice at all, but carnivorous marsupials, more closely related to the Tasmanian tiger or the Tasmanian devil and a mouse. Each year these little guys in the mating season take off and try and find a female, and for 2 weeks they're in a trance-like state, not eating, not drinking, just trying to find a female. Have a go at this hollow. It goes right up to the top, about 30 metres. It's like a big chimney. Places like this can be good homes for micro bats and spiders, all sorts of creepy crawlies. This is where the old gal is a brush box. Some of the brush box on this track have been carbon dated to 1500 years. I reckon this one wouldn't be too far off. She's a bit rough around the edges, but I reckon she's looking pretty good for 1500. Check out this tawny frogmouth. Sometimes in daytime they can be right in front of you and you won't even notice them. At night time you can catch a glimpse of the eyes and get a good look at them. David is a long-time environmental campaigner in this area, an expert local botanist, one of my old teachers and an absolute legend. This region's diverse not just individual species but in whole ecosystems. What can you tell us about this one?
So this is a particularly good example of wet sclerophyll in southeast Queensland. It has been selectively logged back in the early days of Springbrook's history, but it was never clear felled. A lot of big old habitat trees that are so important for the animals that live here have been retained in site. And so it's a really good example of spectacular forest. This is a great example of a tree called Allocasuarina littoralis, or forest shea. It's the sole species as the feed source, or the food source for the endangered glossy black cockatoo. A plant called Rhizinocarpus speciosus, or otherwise known as Springbrook wedding bush. Fairly nondescript plant, but it only occurs in a limited area. Like if you drew a circle of 100 kilometres, within that circle there's probably thousands of these plants, but outside of that circle, nowhere else on planet Earth. This is a part of what's known as the Gondwanan rainforest of Australia. We're in cool subtropical rainforest here, one of the highest elevations at Springbrook. The Gondwanan rainforest estate is the sum total of about 50 properties that start in the south from Barrington Tops National Park, and there's little national parks that make up the whole estate, which finishes at Springbrook National Park here in the north. This little shrub here just behind us, a nondescript thing with a terrible name called Simplocus barrellenii, or I think small-leaved hazelwood. The only place it grows on the planet is the Mount Warning caldera. Springbrook to the north and around to the Lillian Rocks and stuff in the south. Oh. It's the only place it occurs. There'd be no more than a few thousand individual of these. Amazing. So particularly rare shrub.
All right guys, thanks for coming along for the adventure. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. It's time for me to cool off. See you next time.